A CBS 6 weather alert this morning. Still tracking plenty of sleet and freezing rain impacting the local area and your roads. I'll show you the radar and tell you when we're going to see the second wave of moisture moving in as well.
Alyssa, thanks. And we've got team coverage this morning. We have Carrie Beal, who is live out on the roads, and we also have Craig Golden this morning tracking the up-to-the-minute traffic conditions. Also, he's in contact with 511. Just letting you know if you do have to go anywhere, if there are any accidents or incidents to be aware of.
Power outages as well out there this morning at 6 o'clock. So let's see what this nor'easter has in store for us today with meteorologist Alyssa Caraprice. Hey, Alyssa.
Guys, good morning. Slushy conditions around the capital region and for much of the area. In fact, some spots may be snow covered this morning. A lot of the reports coming in, though, have been primarily sleet, and that is still the case around the capital region. You can see all the pink. That's showing areas of sleet and perhaps some freezing rain. I think mostly west of Albany, a lot of that is coming down as sleet, too, although the radar is showing snow. The point is, it's still pretty wet, and we still have steady precip falling, and it's going to stay that way through these next few hours. Gradually, it turns more showery towards midday. You can see well south and east of Albany, it's beginning to let up a bit, Dutchess County and Litchfield County. So here's the deal. This morning we stay wet, a break towards midday, a little bit showery, and then we start to see steadier rain and freezing rain building in heading into this evening. I'll walk you hour by hour through the day, show you how we see these two waves of precip and when it all ends, coming up in your full forecast. Guys?
All right, Alyssa, thanks. If you have any pictures of what the weather looks like out there in your area, Randy just sent us a couple from Cobleskill. Keep them coming. You can use the See It, Send It function on the CBS 6 app. You can post them to Twitter or Facebook and tag us in them. You can also use burst.com/CBS6Albany.
Yeah, we love seeing your photos. Randy, thanks. And we're also seeing power outages, unfortunately, this morning, bulk of which are in Saratoga County. Unfortunately, that number has gone up since we started the show. 2,505 customers without electricity, bulk of which in Ballston and Greenfield right now. Greenfield, particularly, over 1,000 customers without electricity. Schenectady County, numbers have gone down, 410 customers without electricity there, so we will keep you updated with those numbers throughout the morning. Always changing.
We're also keeping an eye on Albany International Airport this morning, in particular the departures section, really the only spot that we're seeing any problems, and those departures are both on their way down to Newark, both of them on United Airlines. The first one at 9:30 this morning. That's flight 4814. There's also another one to Newark, 4916. That one's set to depart at 10:30 this morning. Both of those already delayed. And actually a brand new one just in here this morning that was supposed to head out at 6 o'clock. Southwest flight 201 to Baltimore, already delayed. So that one was supposed to get out of here a couple minutes ago and has been delayed. But there are flights getting out. A Delta flight to Detroit. That second one down there, it says departed. So that one did get out this morning. Other than that, we'll keep an eye on this for you, let you know if we do see any more problems coming in this morning.
And just letting you know, you can check this on our website too, but we have a lot of school closures this morning. I know throughout this winter we've seen 2-hour delays being, kind of the norm, but a lot of the major school districts are closed this morning. Shenandoah, Ballston Spa Central School District. So parents and, of course, excited kids, we have them scrolling at the bottom of our screen and on the web.
Yeah, unfortunately, not much of a go outside and play in the slush.
No, this isn't like a build a fort kind of day.
No, and unfortunately for many people who will have to be out on the road, that means even worse travel conditions than if we did have snow. Meteorologist Craig Gold joins us this morning with a look at traffic out there. Craig, how are things looking?
Oh, definitely a couple of trouble spots. Taking a live look right now at the Northway, just north of the Twin Bridges. Clifton Park, actually one of the locations where we do have an incident at this point on the Northway. In fact, let's pull up the 511 map if we can, and we're going to talk about a couple of things that are going on across the area. First off, we'll take you up to Glens Falls, where at exit 17N, right by Route 9, there is one lane blocked going southbound on the Northway, and also in the Clifton Park area at exit 9 by Route 146, the left shoulder is blocked. Now, as we go further down 87, where it becomes the thruway, okay, down to the Coxsackie area, northbound right lane blocked between exits 21 and 21B, and then follow me here as we go to the north, to the eastbound portion of the thruway, that's I-90, out in the Fultonville area. Okay, that's between exits 29 and 28, where there is a disabled truck, and the right lane there is blocked. Again, there's the map right there, our 511 map showing all of the incidents that I just mentioned. You can visit that, and of course, keep it here to CBS 6 all morning long, as I'll keep you updated on where those trouble spots are. Guys.
All right, Craig, thanks. Right now, salters and snowplow drivers are working hard trying to keep the roads clear. CBS 6's Carrie Beal is on the road in Latham showing us the conditions this morning. So, Carrie, what do things look like out there right now from what you've seen?
And Jack, it looks like the salters and plowers are doing a pretty good job here on the Northway. It's clear for the most part. Not sure how well you can see the road ahead of me, but there isn't really much snow or ice here on the Northway. This is in Latham. We just passed the Albany Airport, and now we're right by exit 2W. So the DOT crews tell me they've been out since 6 o'clock last night. They've been going constantly around the roads, putting down salt, plowing them, trying to make sure they're clear. But we have seen on a lot of these secondary roads that it's still not that clear, that there is still some ice, and it's hard to see the lines on the road. So it's hard to see the different lanes that you can use when you're driving around. So do keep that in mind, and we will, of course, update you just about every half hour on these conditions. Reporting live in Latham, Carrie Beal, CBS 6 News. Back to you.
Carrie, thanks. Breaking news here on the East Coast. Heavy rains and winds are causing people to worry about flooding, especially in parts of coastal New Jersey. Downed trees and power lines have damaged buildings. As you can see, a lot of cars all across the tri-state area. Melissa Lee continuing to track this destruction caused by storms from our breaking news center. Melissa?
Yeah, Julia, we're really taking a look at severe weather from coast to coast. Now, this storm hit the southeast, which turned into a nor'easter as it traveled up the eastern seaboard. CNN reports isolated hurricane force gusts of more than 75 miles per hour were likely in parts of the northeast, including Long Island, New York, and Cape Cod, Massachusetts. While up to 3 inches of rain are possible along the coast, other parts of New England could see up to 10 inches of snow. Yesterday, the weather caused flight delays at airports from Washington to New York and flooding at the New Jersey Transit Hoboken train station. Julia?
Melissa, thanks. Right now, police are still trying to figure out what caused this deadly crash along I-88 near Princetown. Police say on Sunday, 28-year-old Steven Cipriano was driving when he crossed into oncoming traffic and hit a car that was carrying a husband, wife, and their 3 kids. Cipriano, a Chalmont graduate, and Timothy and Stephanie Batchelor from Schenectady were killed. The Batchelor's 3 children who were in the back seat are still recovering in the hospital, and they're expected to be okay. The Batchelor family is very well known in the Chalmont School District. There are 2 twin girls that go to Chalmont Middle School, and the 3rd child in that car, the son, was a football player and recent Chalmont graduate. So check this out. A GoFundMe page in support of the Batchelor children has raised more than $38,000 in not even a day, in 15 hours. The original goal here was $10,000.
8 minutes after 6 this morning, the months-long Momentive strike is moving from the Waterford area to Saratoga Springs. Workers are packing up the picket line from outside the plant and moving to outside the CEO's house. Supporters of the striking workers came out to help, and for the most part, things remained peaceful, but there were some confrontations. Police were on hand to step in and break up at least one incident. Momentive sent us a statement about the protest, saying in part, while we respect the rights of our striking union employees, our position has been and continues to be that a strike benefits no one, and we remain committed to reaching an agreement with the union.
8 minutes past the hour right now in Vermont. Police are still looking for the man they say committed the first murder in the state's capital in nearly 100 years. Police say Javion Caballero shot and killed Marcus Austin early Sunday after these two had gotten into a fight outside of a bar the night before. Caballero, who's been on the run now for more than 48 hours, is believed to have jumped on a Greyhound bus and is most likely heading down towards New York City. However, the police say he could have gotten off anywhere. Breaking news on Brexit this morning. Britain's Supreme Court says the government must get parliamentary approval before beginning the process of leaving the European Union. So this could potentially delay Prime Minister Theresa May's plan to start these negotiations by the end of March. Melissa Lee is getting all these new details for us, and she joins us from the Breaking News Center. Melissa?
Julia, today's ruling increases hopes among pro-EU politicians. They hope they'll be able to lighten the terms of the UK's withdrawal. But those campaigning to leave say Parliament should not have the power to overrule the vote that decided to leave the EU in a June referendum. This morning, the Supreme Court president says the vote was a majority, 8-3. The court also decided there's no need to consult Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland on Brexit. Julia?
Melissa, thanks. 10 minutes past the hour, and now to something that is trending on our website. Maybe you've seen this. Cohoes City Republicans are under fire for a certain Facebook post with an offensive meme about this weekend's women's rights marches. A city council member sent us a screen grab of the post, which has been deleted. It says, in one day, Trump got more fat women out walking than Michelle Obama did in 8 years. Again, this post has been taken down. We reached out to the Cohoes City GOP. In a statement, Chris Davis says, in part, while our moderators often share GOP-related memes and posts, this one, which I assume was done under the guise of being comedic, clearly missed the mark. Although our moderator removed the post, we have reviewed our internal posting policies to ensure a more professional atmosphere is maintained.
Suspended from the show, the tweet that may have cost an SNL writer her job.
The course that's turning some heads, the new class that students at one Washington University can sign up for starting this spring.
And still tracking plenty of sleet and freezing rain across the area this morning. Pretty steady to start the day out. We are going to see another wave move through later on, still coming from this nor'easter. I'll walk you hour by hour through the day, coming up next.
CBS 6 Eye on Traffic is sponsored by your local Farmers Insurance agent, Anthony Catalfamo. Call now for a no-obligation quote.
14 minutes past the hour, we're continuing to follow a weather alert this morning, showing you a live look at downtown Schenectady right now, looking pretty messy. You can see, looks at least the roads look a little bit better because, obviously, it's getting later on in the morning and more people are out, but still just an absolute mess this morning. A lot of school districts have closed. You can see them scrolling at the bottom of your screen. I was saying earlier, this winter we've kind of had a lot of mostly delays, but today I think a lot of schools decided just to nix it because you said that this is something that's sticking with us for a little while.
Yeah, so it's coming in two waves. This morning still widespread, still coming down pretty steady, and most of it is sleet and freezing rain. The freezing rain, not good at all for the roads. The sleet, a little bit better, but still adding a lot of slush out there. And then we see this letting up a little bit into midday. It turns a bit showery before another wave pushes in for this evening. So it's going to be wet again for your ride home tonight with rain and some freezing rain for surrounding mountains. This morning, though, pretty widespread and steady. I'll take a closer look at the radar coming up in your full forecast, and we'll walk you hour by hour through the day in about 4 minutes. Guys?
Alyssa, thanks. This morning, a Saturday Night Live writer is suspended indefinitely from the show after tweeting a poorly received joke about Donald Trump's 10-year-old son, Barron. A person close to this whole situation says Katie Rich was suspended immediately after writing this offensive tweet about Barron. Rich has since deleted the tweet and is now saying that she wants to sincerely apologize for the insensitive tweet and deeply regrets her actions. Her tweet has caused an outcry on social media, understandably, if you saw it, with many calling for even a boycott of the TV show.
A new course being offered at the University of Washington this spring has turned some heads, mostly for its name, but also for the skill it teaches. Could have some application with the current climate out there. Our sister station in Washington says next quarter UW will offer the course called Calling Bull. The professor behind the curriculum says it's meant to teach students critical thinking. He says it's one of the most valuable skills students can learn, and it's something that can be used in any circumstance. The course will mainly revolve around numbers and a look at how data can be manipulated, but the professor says students will be able to apply these lessons to their social media accounts and not only identify fake information, but learn how to call it out without attacking people's character. A very difficult thing to do. If you found something that would fit that class description of, bull of the fake news, then you want to maybe point that out, but maybe not in such a mean way. It's already enough mean things on social media, right?
I know. Well, this is the times, you know.
Yeah, seriously.
Courses like this, very relevant.
So continuing our team coverage of the weather situation this morning, we want to see what things look like out on the roads. There's nothing fake about the weather situation this morning.
No, it's pretty ugly. Meteorologist Craig Gold joining us now. He's been keeping a close eye on the roads. So, Craig, how is everything shaping up? Are we seeing a lot of accidents?
We're seeing a number of incidents, nothing major, but certainly enough to cause a slow go of it. And you should be driving slow anyway because we have sleet cover roads out there. So if you have to be out and about, take it easy. All right, let's get to the incidents, and we'll go from north to south. First off, you're taking a look at the Northway by I-90 as people hopefully are heeding the warnings. You can see the roads are sleet covered, and so they are certainly slick. All right, let's go from north to south. We'll start first of all in the Glens Falls area along the Northway, and this is going southbound at exit 17N by Route 9. One lane is blocked. All right, going further to the south, let's take you over to Malta. This is the newest accident popping up. Again, the Northway heading southbound right before exit 12, and the right shoulder is blocked, and still that accident on the Northway southbound in the Clifton Park area. We're looking at slow go of it over there. Then you head further south on the thruway. That's I-87. We're looking at by the Coxsackie area. Exits 21 and 21B. Between those, the right lane is blocked. So certainly a number of accidents out there. Nothing major, but enough to cause a slow go of it, guys.
All right, 18 minutes past the hour. And I mean, this weather, you said it's coming in 2 waves today.
Yeah, I don't think it's really going to wrap up until late tonight, but we do see a bit of a break into midday, so that is going to help, and temperatures are going to come above freezing, at least in the valleys, so we should see road conditions improve gradually through the day. But a lot of slush out there this morning, so you're going to want to give yourself extra time. We'll start quickly with storm reports, so you can kind of get an idea as to what you're waking up to. Now, keep in mind, this is not just snowfall. These reports are snow, sleet, freezing rain, even rain mixed in. Greenville reporting 3 inches, under 3 inches, but more than 2.5 in Savoy. Glenmont reporting 2.5 inches, and Catskill reporting 2 inches. Again, it's a combination of the mixed precipitation we've been seeing since last night. And as we look at the radar, it continues to light up with a bunch of sleet and freezing rain, even in some cases a bit of snow west of the capital region. Still coming down steady around Albany. This is mostly sleet and freezing rain, and a bit of rain mixing in now around the immediate capital region, letting up a bit down near Litchfield County, southern portions of the Berkshires, but it's still coming down steady for Pittsfield up through Bennington. And as we look a little bit further north and west, I think it's a combination of sleet and snow for the western Catskills over through Schoharie County and into the Mohawk Valley. So it stays widespread this morning. If you have to leave the house for your drive to work or wherever it may be, give yourself extra time. Leave a lot of space between you and other vehicles. 8 o'clock this morning, it's widespread. But look at this, a bit of a break towards midday. It's still going to be wet in spots. We still have showers around. But towards lunchtime, I'm thinking it does let up a little bit. And then we see another big push of moisture arriving mid to late afternoon. It will fall as rain in the capital region, freezing rain for some surrounding areas, and could still come down as snow north and west of the capital region heading into this evening. But around Albany, I'm expecting it to be wet for your ride home tonight. This is 6 o'clock. You can see it here. Plain old rain for the capital region down through the Mid-Hudson Valley. The pinks could be areas of freezing rain for surrounding mountains. Still wet late in the evening, 10 o'clock here. But after midnight, it begins to pull away as this northeaster pretty much exits New England. And then I think tomorrow's a much quieter day. Now, it's breezy this morning. You'll notice outside, especially over the higher terrain east of Albany, the winds still gusting pretty good. Sustained winds in the teens, and we're gusting into the 20s and even near 30 for North Adams and Pittsfield. Earlier, there was a wind gust up around 39 in Pittsfield. We'll gradually see those winds coming down as we work into your afternoon today, so they'll be the most breezy this morning. Now, in terms of temperatures, we sit close to freezing for most of the area. A few spots sit above freezing, 34 Schenectady, we're 35 in Glens Falls, and highs are going to top out in the lower to upper 30s, cooler over the mountains, warmer in the valleys, but this should help to improve at least the valley location roads going throughout the day today. But it's still wet for your ride home, so just take it extra slow and give yourself some extra time. 7-day forecast, clouds with intervals of sunshine for the middle of the week. We are mild mild for tomorrow. 42 is the high. Mixed showers Thursday, and then snow showers for Friday and Saturday as temperatures cool into the weekend. Guys?
Okay, Alyssa, thanks. Releasing the title.
Yeah, Walt Disney says the next installment of the Star Wars saga will be titled.
CBS 6 Eye on Traffic is sponsored by your local Farmers Insurance agent, Anthony Cattle Famo. Call now for a no-obligation quote.
Olive Garden has unveiled another all-you-can-eat deal. This time, the restaurant is offering customers unlimited pasta in one sitting for as little as $11.99. Diners can choose one of 5 entrees as well as a soup, breadsticks, and drink. The promotion is on now through March 6th. Star Wars fans, are you ready? The official title of the upcoming movie has been released. Episode 8 will be called Star Wars: The Last Jedi. The movie is a sequel to 2015's Force Awakens, which made more than $2 billion worldwide. Star Wars: The Last Jedi opens on December 15th, which can't get here fast enough. Carrie Fisher will be featured in the movie as General Leia Organa. Filming was completed before her death last month, so that should be exciting. Extending the New York State Fair, how long Governor Cuomo says this year's event will last.
Salters and plows are working hard to keep these roads clear. I'm Carrie Beal, and coming up, I'll show you how it looks like on the roads.
And still tracking this nor'easter, which is bringing widespread precip this morning. I'll walk you hour by hour through the day when it wraps up, coming up.